Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here with Dweebo1234, or Ethan Phillips, and we just got back from seeing Die Hard 5, or
A Good Day to
Die Hard. And it was the 10 o'clock screening on Wednesday, because all the movies open on Thursday of Valentine's Day. The thing is with this movie, you know, it's a kind of movie you could have taken this exact script and called this like the Russian heist, or
yeah, it could have been anything. Like and the characters in it too were interchangeable. Besides Bruce, it was like those could have been random people.
No, Bruce Willis really was the only good thing.
He was the only one really that was the draw. And,
yeah.
You know, like I was joking with Sean that like I could basically define that movie in just audio. It would be like.
No, yeah, I know. And the scenes that were not the action scenes too. Like when you have an action movie, you have to have like the scenes that are action film. That are not the action scenes be decent. They were real like and strange.
And, like the jokes would go right over your head, and it was like
I know. I
mean,
mean,
jokes about him being old and stuff.
And the only advantage of this thing was that it was rated R. I mean, that was like
so they could get away with
But a lot of a lot of the dirty words were off camera. So they could, when they made this movie, you could tell that they weren't sure if they were going to make this be PG-13
yeah, that
or
was
R.
weird.
So like that's why like when they go yippee-ki-yay motherfucker and all that kind of stuff, it would be when the camera was off of Bruce Willis. So it's still kind of like the last one.
It just to me like I'm not a huge action film guy, but I've seen good ones, and to me this was just overkill. Like, let's throw in everything in the kitchen sink, like explosions, breaking glass all over everyone.
But that kind of stuff happens. I mean, some of the action scenes were okay, and then sometimes they were kind of getting to the point of like being a little comical.
Like the helicopter, like shooting up the place, like putting holes in everything.
Yeah,
like
they were
Swiss
a little overkill with some of the stuff. But the movie, though, if the basic idea though was Bruce Willis's son is in the CIA, and he's sort of doing this undercover thing with a political prisoner who has this file. And his son ends up getting arrested by doing this undercover stuff, so Bruce Willis goes there to see him.
He flies out to try and find him.
And the best scene in the movie, for some reason, to me, was the cab scene.
Yeah,
the cab driver. That was the only scene where I actually felt like
I kind
of like that. I like that scene.
The scene in the cab and kids and stuff. Well, that's off topic, but like, that was a funny scene. That was one of the jokes that I actually enjoyed.
But the basic idea though, he goes there, and his son, the person that he has the file on, the guy the political prisoner who they have the fire on is basically coming after the guy.
That wasn't really explained well at all.
No, it is like very, very confusing and vague, and I don't think anyone cares.
I don't think anyone really cared about the premise. It was sort of like,
they had this guy, and they were after, the bad guys were after him, and there was some kind of corniness to this.
It was kind of like I didn't really care about the bad guys either. It was just sort of like watch for the next time Bruce does something.
And when you compare this to the original Die Hard, I don't know if you saw, but I mean the original Die Hard was such a good movie and such a a good balance between it. And even the sequels, the one in the
what happens in the other 5 or so? Is it just like
the first one was no, it was way better. This one was just sort of like the main problem with this was it could just have been anybody. This was like an interchangeable script.
It shouldn't have even been called Die Hard.
No, it was just some kind of. There was nothing about it that was really Die Hard. It was just sort of just an action script, and not even a really great one. And if Bruce Willis wasn't in this would have been direct-to-video.
Yeah,
this would have just been some cheesy direct-to-video thing.
Oh, I know.
And that's really all it really was. But like I said, there were a couple kind of cool sequences, but nothing amazing and nothing like you have to run out to see this.
A lot of it started
classic.
A lot of it just sort of started to feel like a video game, like with this amount of like, and it wasn't even like that it was gory or anything.
No, it really was a real low R.
It was pretty tame.
People who are wondering like how hard of an R it is, almost could be PG-13, like just R.
Without some of the language,
But I'm going to leave it at that, unless all I'm going to say is that if there is a sequel, Bruce and his son are going to be glowing in the dark.
Yeah, they'll maybe have some extra extremities,
So we'll leave it at that, and we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye. Out of star ratings, 2.5.
Yeah, that's
2.5.
one for me.
Yeah.